I think one of the most interesting aspects of games like World of Warcraft is the theory crafting. I usually spend more time just thinking, what interesting class and race combination I'm gonna play, rather than just actually playing the game. And I was always the guy who loved theory crafting, who loved to come up with the new ways to be overpowered, right? Something that nobody thought of, somebody that nobody thought about seeing value here, right? So this is also one of those videos I spent like countless nights just searching through TBC database, through TBC talent trees, and I come up with some really interesting combinations. So I quickly wanna show you that. Warrior. Warrior has two really underrated talent trees called Improved Demoralizing Shout and Improved Thunderclap. Improved Thunderclap reduces enemy attack speed by 20%, which is one of the best debuffs in the whole game. Only Druid Hurricane and Mage slow ability are similar or a bit better, but they are like ultimate abilities. Demoralizing Shout is probably one of the best debuffs for tanking in the game, right? You apply Demoralizing Shout, improve Thunderclap, and you can tank almost anything in this game. Shaman, his ability to go Nature Swiftness, which is instacast, plus he can go Elemental Mastery, right? He can go full. You have enough points now that you can include Nature Swiftness in almost any build. And this is really strong. Not to even mention they have some of the strongest abilities like Earth Shield and Totem of Wrath, really insane. And now you can even be a dual wielding enchantment shaman. Not only you have Storm Strike, you also still have Wind Fury, right? So yeah, really insane.
Problem. You need to train with those things. This is so therapeutic. So we're going to kill some orcs.
Hello guys, and welcome. In this video, let's talk about World of Warcraft Classic. Is it still worth playing? There has been actually a huge turmoil on the MMORPG market. Amazon just cancelled New World. So you have like almost 100,000 players that have no idea where to go now. And one of those options is World of Warcraft Classic. Always one of the best options ever. And in a few months, we're gonna get World of Warcraft Classic, the Burning Crusade, on the University servers. And what is very interesting now, after like 5 years, we actually have some balanced PvP English servers. So there is actually World PvP, Battlegrounds PvP. It's actually insane. Probably one of the best time to start leveling up, in my opinion. And if you go to YouTube, you can actually see a lot of different tier lists and guides, and I really always love that, Theory crafting was a big part of the game. Just how the open world, like World of Warcraft, War of Races, the game was built around never-ending battles in the open world. It's literally why the game was built around. War of Races, it probably originates from Warcraft 3 custom times. The origins of the MOBA essence, which was pretty much a fight of characters on millions and millions of community-made maps. And War of Races was actually a custom map called in Warcraft 3 like 20 years ago. And the whole point of the game was, you have all different races, fighting each other in open world. You have battlegrounds, you have, But in later it was really hard because EU, the biggest region, we didn't had one balanced PvP English server, so there is no open world PvP, no low level battlegrounds, and because of the over expensive game services, theory crafting was very hard because boosts were so over expensive. And then you have another issues with the economy, like bots, tokens, and so on and so on. But now it's getting better in my opinion. They really didn't learn any, they didn't really learn anything from World of Warcraft Mist of Pandaria Classic. Because even if you go to the Mist of Pandaria Classic, EU, the biggest region, still doesn't have one balanced PvP English server. So that's why Mist of Pandaria Classic doesn't feel alive, and it doesn't have really replayability, because we have no healthy PvP servers, so there's practically two of the third content missing, right? No world PvP, no low level battlegrounds, only these old mega servers with bots and total broken economy because of token and so on and so on. But yeah, in this video I want to talk about, what can you do, like which... I always spend more time on theory crafting than actually playing the game, But I'm really good guy when it comes to being innovative, right? One of the things that I want to mention in this video is that the Burning Crusade has some of the strongest talents in the game. Priest talents, for example. You have two spells called Blessed Resilience, and you have Elun's Blessing. These are probably two strongest spells in the whole game in the Burning Crusade, and they actually get removed in the Wrath of the Lich King Classic. So if you wanna be like strong, you have paladins, you have priests, they have some of the strongest survival talents in the game, spells in the game. Like, you can play Night Elf Priest and pretty much get the strongest spell in the whole game, Elun's Blessing. That gives you 30% miss to everything, An interesting thing is that dodge and parry only affect melee classes. Only in Mist of Pandaria, dodge and parry actually affect range classes. So that's why block was always superior. So if you can play a class that has block, a shield, like Shaman, Paladin, Warrior, you're gonna do very well, because block is overpowered,
Imprisoned for 10,000 years, banished from my own homeland, and now you dare enter my realm? You are not prepared. But that's why we're guys. TBC is just around the corner, and we might not... You're gonna have a great time in TBC if you're playing a mage. Not S-class though. We're gonna move next to the Paladin, which Paladin is kind of interesting here, because if we compare the Paladin with the classic Paladin, Paladin gets like huge buffs. So I'm going to drop the Paladin in a bit here overall.
And no way. And there it is. You guys like that? All right. Easy clap in the chat. Was that satisfactory, boys? Hey, Peo, what the fuck is this? This is called 2 scrub getting smoke. Easy clap in the chat, my little piece of shita. There we do, I swear. Pop is rocket boots. While I was getting shit on by make sure to go watch the 420. All right, peace out. Love you all.
AoE spells is one of the strongest AoE spells in game. So overall, single target great damage, multi-target great damage, and in PvP, you're going to be a beast as well. There are great 2v2s combo, like with Resto Druid in 2v2, some combinations with priests and mages in 3v3s. And
realistically releasing this year, people are starting to prepare for TBC, and they're already looking at what they can do to get ready and get ahead of the curve. So here are 5 things you can really do to just get ready and hyped and prepared for TBC anniversary when it launches. Now, right after...
No. Like, man, why do I always aggro Jackson? It's so frustrating. It's insane. Oh, he's always there, dude. Always there. It's insane. Frustrating. Sorry, chat. It's just like, my god. Oh, then after that, there's a fucking retard who's gonna say, Payo, can you stop whining? No, I cannot. It's really hard for me to not whine when I've been aggroing Grenade. trinket. Do something with your fucking life. And there it is, guys. We have the typical hémorrhage rogue ND. No CDs. Yeah, okay, I wait. We do it again. When they home, I drive me crazy. I think alright. Zane when they sing they home. It's a banger. Yo, back then, like 20 years ago maybe, or even less than more than that, Britney Spears was always getting a new hit. It was insane. Britney didn't do that. Am I just getting banginator? Dude, I think I need to, bro. I'm so fucking tired. At GNZ 92, thanks for the prime for 24 months. I need to buy so much thing, bro. I need to buy pillow. I need to buy mattress. I need to buy a sheet for my mattress. I need to buy running shoes. I need to buy underwear, dude. I bought, yo, bro, I fucked it up, man.
We have two of the best tank talents in the game currently. You know, let me show you. If you play a warrior, you have two spells that you need to take. Improve Thunderclap and Improve Demoralizing Shout. Most people don't take them, but they don't realize these are two of the strongest debuffs in the whole game. You get 20% attack speed reduction and attack power reduction. If you apply both of these debuffs to any melee class, any range attack even, minus 20% attack speed is pretty much the strongest debuff in the whole game. Most classes, especially, you know, physical classes, rely on basic attacks, you know. So if you apply minus 20% attack speed to their basic attacks, you pretty much almost, you know, take 1/3 of their damage away. So you could literally just play a warrior, you know, with improved Thunderclap, with improved Demoralizing Shout, stand in a shield stand, use shield, and just debuff the rogues, and play more defensive tank, right? And then you have another guy who counter engages people that goes on and carries, you know? People think that the warrior job is to just charge in, get CC. No, you're the guy who's defending, okay? You defend your carries when they get opened by rogues. That's your job. You apply Thunderclap, you apply Demo Shout, you almost reduce their damage by the half. GG easy, right? And I also quickly want to show you Elun's Blessing, TBC. Strongest spell in the whole game, right? Only Night Elf Priest get this talent. Let's see. Where is it? I think after TBC priest racial, special racial get removed, but in TBC they're one of the strongest. You have Devouring Plague on a priest, insane. And you can also get Elun's Grace. Reduce the chance you will be hit by melee and range attack by 20% for 15 seconds. This is like the strongest defensive cooldown in the whole game. It's insane. And if you go priest talent 3 TBC, you can get Blessed Resilience, which gives you 60% chance after you being critical hit, you cannot be critical hit again. So Holy Priest is like the only class in the game who cannot get one-shotted, who cannot get bursted down, simply because of this talent alone. But you also have like Paladin, they have something like Agent Defender, which is insane. Like all damage, when you are less than 35% health, all damage is reduced by 30%, so you're almost unkillable. And you know, warriors have like second wind, you know, which also makes them really strong. So yeah, like there are many different class and race combinations you can do. You know, Gnome is actually really good because now Escape Artist is insta cast, which counters all slows and roots, and so it's really good in PvP for warrior. But you know, Tauren warrior still looks better, and you can charge in, you can stun everybody. You know, stuns are very powerful tool. They are rare but very powerful, you know. If you can get enemy trinket and then stun them, it's GG easy, you know. So yeah, this video, you know, it's like I just wanted to put in some secrets, some foundings I found. But if you guys really want to see like a good race class combinations, just watch some of my other videos. I made a lot of race class combinations for WoW Classic, TBC, so I hope you guys enjoyed it, you know. I also made a separate video just for the Shadow Priest, how overpowered Shadow Priest is. You know, TBC is really pretty interesting, you know. So hope you guys enjoyed this video and see you in the next one. Peace. We have Paladin, we have some of the strongest block in the game, Redoubt, which affects both melee and range classes. You have Argent Defender, makes you almost unkillable. You know, 30% damage negation when you're under 40% HP. It's a bit of a shame that you cannot have Reckoning and Crusader Strike in the same time, which really sucks. Reckoning is such a fun ability. Maybe in Watercolor, in Wrath of the Lich King. But yeah, Paladin is very interesting. Like you get Avenger Shield. Like you get some of really interesting abilities actually as a Paladin. Some of the best. Mages, you have Blazing Speed, which is really fun. Like the only such ability in the game that gives you movement speed and make you dispel all slows and roots. Insanely good. You can get instant cast with Pyroblast in almost every build, you know. It's very interesting. There are so many of these different combinations of value you can do, and it's what I love. But you know, leveling really takes a long time, and we only have one PvP server, so I can't even play Alliance on PvP server, which I really hope they will change in the future. Man, just making a fresh PvP server for EU would be so huge. Like the economy will be reset. I could play all the races now, you know. Like EU is the biggest region. At least 2 PvP servers will be pretty, you know, logical thing to do. So what do you guys think? What is your favorite race and class combination? And yeah, priest ratios are some of the strongest in the game actually. But I also wanted to show you like balanced mages also have some really interesting ability like improved blink. For 4 seconds after casting a blink, your chance to be hit by all attacks and spells is reduced by 25%. So you get 25% miss chance for 4 seconds every time you use blink. Like this is also one of the strongest talent in the whole game. Priests are actually really undervalued, like really underrated. Like just holy priest, they get circle of healing, like literally the best healing AoE spell in the whole game. You have blessed resilience. When you gain critical hit, you have 60% chance that you cannot get critical hit again for 6 seconds. So holy priest can't even get bursted down, you know. There are so many of these, a lot of really undervalued things that people don't really consider, you know. Shadow Priest is insane. So yeah, this video, you know, it's like I just wanted to put in some secrets, some foundings I found. But if you guys really want to see like a good race class combinations, just watch some of my other videos. I made a lot of race class combinations for WoW Classic, TBC, so I hope you guys enjoyed it, you know. I also made a separate video just for the Shadow Priest, how overpowered Shadow Priest is. You know, TBC is really pretty interesting, you know. So hope you guys enjoyed this video and see you in the next one. Peace. I think one of the most undervalued thing about hybrid classes or high armor classes or classes that can wear shield is that they can use block, and block is really strong. So if you play any hybrid class like Retribution Paladin, Warrior, Shaman, always make sure you have macro to wear a shield, to change from shield, sword and shield to two-hander. It's a huge damage reduction. and it's really worth it. And you can actually play protection paladin where you have reckoning, so when you proc reckoning, you get bonus hits on your next two-hand attack. It's gonna be really fun, you know, a whole playstyle here. You can block range and melee attacks. Meanwhile, parry and dodge only affect melee classes, so that's why block is superior. So you can pretty much be in a, you know, you can use shield to block damage, and then you just go into two-hander when you get reckoning stack and you one-shot somebody. That's actually really fun. Like, holy shit, protection paladin is gonna be insane. Block is one of the most undervalued stats in the whole game. They have stuns, they have like 3-4 dots. If you go, you can go Night Elf Shadow Priest or Ade Shadow Priest, like, let's see, Priest Ratials TBC. For example, if you play Night Elf Shadow Priest, you get a spell called Elun's Grace. Reduce the chance you will be hit by all melee and range attacks for 15 seconds. So you get 20% immune chance to immune anything for everything for 15 seconds. Elun's Grace is probably the strongest spell in the whole game. Strongest defensive spell in the whole game. It lasts for 15 seconds and you negate pretty much 20% of all the attacks. It's really insane. Elun's Grace and Blessed Resilience are probably two of the most underrated spells in the whole game. And almost every class has something like that. It's really interesting. There are actually a lot of things you can do, you know. Even you can just go warrior and you can actually play like arms warrior and you still get conscious blow, 5 seconds stun. So you have like paladin stun, you know, even though you cannot use charging combat, which is really probably one of the many reasons why maybe I won't play warrior. But warrior is really good. It's just that most warriors have no idea how to get value. They forget warriors have really good debuffs like improved thunderclap and improved demonizing shout. You're like a best class against any melee, rogues, hunters, you know. You just reduce their power, you reduce their attack speed, you know. It's really good. You have full plate armor, you have shield. People forget that shield is actually one of the strongest. Block is one of the strongest stat in the whole game because it affects both range and melee classes. Because until Mist of Pandaria, dodge and parry only affect melee classes. So stacking dodge and block is probably not really a good idea. Stacking dodge and parry is not really that great of an idea because people say that range classes will dominate the meta and dodge and parry only affect melee classes. So people will forget, if you play a hybrid class like Paladin Shaman, you can always equip a shield. Shield is like the strongest damage mitigation in the whole game, especially if you play Paladin with shield because they get redoubted, which damaging melee and range attacks against you have 10% chance to increase your block by 30%, right? It's insane. Like classes that can wear like plate or shield, they have insane damage mitigation, you know. It's really good. So what do you guys think? I hope I see you in the next one, you know. I just don't have time to level up. Holy shit, man. I have Shaman at max level, but we'll see, you know. What does Intel mean? It means inside information and a rootkit on a hardware level. Intel. There is no privacy anymore. Oh yeah, and a lot of the like meta exploit, a lot of these tools are literally owned by big organizations. Did you guys know 30 to 40% of all the big content creators are actually owned by the same company, same agency? Knight, MrBeast, Asmongold, Emiru, Miskif, Hassan, all these guys work for the same organization, Knight. They also Knight also owns Crunchyroll, and Knight is owned by BlackRock and Vanguard, right? Insane when you realize, you know. I think this is the big problem with YouTube. They just let these big corporations, fake agencies who we bought, to just control of YouTube algorithm, you know, and they probably know it. They probably make deals with them, Meanwhile, this is why you have no views anymore, because you're competing against this big agency that YouTube just let manipulate the algorithm with hundreds of votes however they want. This is who you're competing against. That's why age of YouTube and content creation is over. Again, because of capitalism and because these companies, they never take any responsibility and they just let any agency manipulate the algorithm however they want, you know. Insane. I mean, yes, you sacrifice Totem of Wrath, but you can get pretty much full lightning build with Nature's Swiftest instacast. So you have a really good burst. And you also get lightning overload. Holy shit, Shaman is gonna be really good in TBC. And yes, Shaman also gets Shamanistic Rage, which is flat 30% damage reduction for 15 seconds. And you get mana back. Like, holy shit. Enchantment, even though I think now you only, for example, now Storm Strike, instantly attack from both weapons, you don't get 2 charges, you know, which kinda sucks. Paladin actually has this ability.
I need to focus kind of a little bit, you know.
The strengths of Prot Warriors in PvE are that it has, again, strong single target threat, excellent defensive cooldowns, and a very high skill ceiling, so it's very rewarding if you master playing it. As for its weaknesses, AoE tanking, very weak compared to
Paladins for buffs, if I'm not mistaken. That's something that is going to be pretty needed. Like a protection paladin is like literally the reason why people are playing paladin right now for TBC, because it is one of the most fun experiences you can have when tanking. You can also boost. Is a beast. Like in BGs, you can like destroy anyone.
All right, I'm not jealous at all, dude. Are you kidding me? What? This guy? Did they already do KT?
Question is, does the air breath? The first one, I don't remember what.
Ice blocks, you don't damage. Destro is gonna go into the D tier. I think you can play it situationally, but you're missing the minus 20% damage. Like the 20% damage reduction is super important, and you will have limited dots.
Why do I make this video? Because on the internet right now, there are barely any TLS videos talking about BGs in TBC because it is not rated and people find it not interesting to talk about, which I find kind of like the opposite. I think most people are playing BGs and the people that are dedicated play arenas. I am dedicated, I love arenas, and of course I'm going to try to get glad for the season 1. If I'm like not like messing around with too many classes, I can focus on one, and most likely I'm going to be able to do so.
World of Warcraft: The Burning Crusade is not that far off, and with anniversary servers are
Stack.
No
I have 2.5 or subs. Like he's you know, he's like me. He's a great entertainer. He's good at the game, and he looks good. I just looks a little bit better, and I'm just a little bit better at the game as well. Does that make sense? And I'm a little bit more entertainer. What I'm trying to say is I'm a better streamer than him. Yeah, it is what it is. My little piece of shit. All right.
Since they bring basically all of the same tools and really shine in their respective tank and healer roles. So keep that in mind. Both specs deal respectable damage, especially when geared properly. Most importantly though, every raid needs multiple shamans for bloodlust or heroism. So if you always want to have a raid spot, shaman is a fantastic option in the Burning Crusade. Finally,
some CC setups. Speaking about PvP, Spell Reflection, something to keep you alive against those pesky mages. Well, perhaps for one additional
a better decision on whether you want to actually play one or not. First of all, I'll give you a little bit of an introduction of the class, mainly talking about what is basically a cleave taunt on a very short cooldown. Next we have Avenger's Shield. It basically hurls a shield at the target that deals holy damage, but then also jumps to 2 more targets and also dazes them for 6 seconds on a 30-second of the spec in the Burning Crusade, and just generally taking a deeper look into the playstyle. Just before we're jumping, guys, apparently 90% of the people who watch my videos aren't actually subscribed to cooldown. This becomes your #1 pulling tool when it comes to clearing dungeon trash or getting some really good early threats
that can match the jumps in power the Paladin experiences as the expansions progress. Still, even in the earlier versions of WoW, Paladin always had... Let's go!
What was it we need? Flask of oil, okay.
This actually affect both rage and melee attacks, holy shit.
Problem. You need to train with those things. This is so therapeutic. So we're going to kill some orcs.
The rogue... Wait, where's he at? I said to be here at this time. What's that? The Rogue, the class that awoke the edgy teen within us long before the Death Knight ever walked Azeroth, stealth daggers and teleporting behind you. Now, I'm sure if you PvP to guarantee applying a crippling poison or a mind-numbing poison, it also grants 1 combo point. In the subtlety tree, we have Cloak of Shadows, probably one of the most overpowered abilities ever added to any class ever. It removes all harmful spell effects apart from CCs that stop.
I will be raiding hardcore for the very first time of my life. Okay, now I want everyone to shut the f*** up and listen to me! I have a lot of thing on my shoulder. I am tired and I need to eat. Hop, hop. Hey, hop.
That's for sure. I'm not gonna die in Skull Rock. Impossible. Oh, mate. Let's kill these Razor main... Guys, I'm funding the economy. How much gold do you have in your bags?
It's not funny, mate. It's fucking serious being a Ret Paladin. But it ain't all bad. See, Paladins do have the best up. Since the dawn of WoW, they've been attacked and turned into a meme. Even to this day. To this day! But we'll talk about that later. Do you want to know the worst part? The fact people accept it. They don't question it. They laugh at it.
My channel, so I would appreciate people did quickly subscribe to the channel and hit that notification button because that really does help out. So let's count down what did the Paladin actually lack in vanilla that made